This video is sponsored by Shebop. Shebop is a woman-owned sex toy boutique for everybody, specializing in body-safe products and education. Visit sheboptheshop.com to shop online or take classes.
Our first topic tonight is what happens when you're feeling a different sexual energy level than your partner. And I'm not talking about mismatched libidos, which is a separate topic and it's been written about all over the place. I'm talking more about, you and your partner both want to have sex, but maybe one is a little more sleepy than the other and doesn't maybe want to do as much. Is that okay? Is it mean that sex should be called off? Is it okay if one person gets off and not the other person? I'm reminded of the term pillow princess, but that's kind of a gender binary and gender biased term, actually. I don't know if there's a non-gender specific term, but in any case, let's talk about it. And I'd like to start off the conversation tonight with Amory Jane. Amory Jane, as a sex educator, is this something that you come across with people that you teach or even in your own life? What would be your suggestion for differing sexual energy levels?
The answer is both. I come across it in my own life and I hear it a lot. I hear it a lot at work. I hear it as a sex educator. I hear it from my friends. So it's totally normal. In my own personal life, sleep definitely is a factor. My partner and I might have different sleep schedules. And also sometimes we use different cannabis strains and one might make us energized and one might make us sleepy. So that happens a lot. I think that there are a lot of different things people can do to work with that. I personally think it's still intimate and it's still togetherness if you do things like mutual masturbation, or if one person is just kind of sleepy and touching someone's thigh, being like, so there for your orgasm, babe. You can even maybe, come on me, but I'm not doing anything to help you other than just laying here encouraging you. That's usually the method I go.
I see both Reba and James nodding in perhaps sympathy.
Yeah, well, I think definitely me now. I agree with all those things that AJ said. I'm going to say me of maybe 10 years ago. No, maybe me now a little bit still. If my partner says to me, can I just get off then and lay here next to you? That makes me feel like, well, what do you need me for ever then? Was sex together not important to you? What's the point of me? I still take it personally. Maybe
I'm
less.
surprised if that's a common feeling.
Yeah. So I guess I'm saying what's the discussion around that? How do you get to that point where you don't take it personally? I wonder.
James, you look like you have a twinkle in your eye. What are your thoughts?
I do have a twinkle in my eye. First of all, I'm really happy when Amory Jane was talking about reaching over. That's exactly what I do. So I'm like, sorry, babe. Hey, I'll just, tweak whatever knobs I got to tweak. I'm exhausted. This is what I can do. Personally, anything that I can do besides, first of all, being queer identified, there are certain activities that require some preparation. And late at night, I don't feel, if you want to fuck me, I was like, I'm not in the mood for that. I can give you this, or this, the negotiation, more than anything, communication is something I lean into. Hey, I love you so much. I'm tired. What can I do for you, babe? I'll lay here. We can make out. I'm good for making out. I'm good for a blowjob, but that's about it. But it's just important to communicate. And so as long as we're communicating, we're showing that we love each other, at least from my perspective. But I do feel guilty sometimes when I don't rise to the occasion like my partner would want me to do.
Yeah. I think also what's coming to mind for me is introducing toys into the topic. Toys into the what am I trying to say? Introducing toys in that moment, because toys kind of do some of the work so that you don't have to do all of it. That's been beneficial, I feel like, in my experiences. And also sometimes, like James said, just finding, did you say this, James? Finding ways to be connective anyway. So just like sometimes spooning naked does the trick. I guess it's like, what is the impetus for the sexual connection to begin with? Is it just to feel connected, or is it like purely physical, or, you know, getting to the root of why are we having sex this particular night? Just because we want to, you know, what's it about? And then trying to find other ways that work for both parties.
Yeah. Yeah, I think getting to the root of it's really important, because some nights my partner and it might be like, I just really missed you. I wanted to spend time with you. And that's different than just like, I'm just so horny, you know, like the way I respond to those things, or the way that like I'm feeling, if I'm the one who wants it, it's going to be different. Like if it's an I'm horny thing, then I'm going to be like, if you're not, like, I have a whole bag full of toys I brought, and some of them are noisy. Like, how much, like, are you going to be disrupted in your sleep if I use my magic wand? Should I go with a quieter item? And usually my partner's like, no, I don't mind hearing your noises. That'll be nice to fall asleep too. But if it's like we want to be close together, then maybe we'll do something like you said, like naked cuddling, or find a way of doing a different activity that's not as high energy. And I love that you mentioned toys, because when I was like super pregnant and feeling like I was having a really hard time with my body at certain points, one of the things I would do would get like a fleshlight or like a Tenga, like kind of like a sleeve type thing, and just put it between my legs and just like lay there like asleep with it between my thighs, and my partner would just spoon me and use that. And so it would feel like they were having sex with me. But they weren't, and I was asleep. And then the cleanup was just like, okay, I'm gonna take this thing from between your thighs and go to the bathroom and deal with it. And I'd be in my blissful slumber.
You made like a makeshift real doll.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like, I'm very sleepy, but this toy here is perfectly great and ready to go.
I think that's one of the things I was hoping would enter into the conversation a little bit, just from your background, Amory Jane, as a sex toy expert. I often feel like with the number of toys out there, most of us civilians, let's say, it seems like the options are limited as to what to do with them, but that's clearly not the case. It just might be a limited imagination.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'd never even considered the idea of a Tenga egg being used that way.
My partner loves control. And so while my partner was out of state a couple weeks back, he's gonna kill me for this, but I don't care. I bought this toy, and it's I forget what it's called, but you put it, you insert it, and it's remote controlled, and it vibrates. And I really like it. It was like a game changer for us. And so whenever I wasn't in the mood, I'm like, hey, I'm kind of in the mood for this. And he can just sit there on his app and turn it up when he wants to. That became a game changer for us.
It works across state lines.
It can't. It's blue. I think it's. You know, we've only used it once, but I'm pretty sure you can you connect your account to it. You log into it. And then I think you increase the vibrations on it, and I could be like downtown or something, and he could let me know he's thinking of me, and I kind of like that.
I've heard the term teledildonics. AJ, is that an outdated term?
I don't think anybody uses that besides in like journal articles or something.
I've been reading too many journal articles, clearly.
But there are a lot of app-compatible toys, and James is right. They totally do work across state lines. They could work like with one person up in an airplane and the other person on the ground, as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection. Yeah, it's like on one side, you just have your Bluetooth, and then the other person just needs to have a Wi-Fi connection. So
I've been out of the loop. I just have the ones where like you're shaking the remote and you're in the next room and it's not working. And you're like, oh, did I go 10 feet too far? That's where I am in the game.
Yeah, check out the WeVibe toys are the ones with the apps.